Hey, well, good morning to you, Madam Mayor.
Hey.
Looks like you're getting ready to go out into the blizzard.
Yeah, it's snowing and it's like 15 degrees out.
Yes, it is.
I thought I left all this in Ohio.
No, yeah, I think you brought it with you. Look, so we have 15 degrees, and with the wind chill, it's 9 degrees. Now, we woke up to 13, and tonight it's supposed to be colder. It's supposed to get down to 6. So tonight will be the coldest night this winter so far, and we definitely have snow now. Where it hadn't snowed up until yesterday, we did a live, and today we're filming the video. It's Monday, and you can see it is pretty white. It's been coming down pretty steady, not all night, but all morning. We've been up since probably 6:30 or 7 because I wanted to make sure that we still had heat going on. So while she's preparing to get herself ready to go out in the snow, I got to throw a jacket on myself.
I'm going to try out this heated jacket.
Oh, you got a heated jacket?
I bought one of these when I was in Ohio because the house had no heat, but then by the time it finally arrived, you know, all the shipping didn't pan out to what they said. Amazon doesn't do what they say they used to do. Everything's delayed.
Yeah.
I had a lot of problems with Amazon shipping in Ohio where they would ship it to the wrong address and then it was too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
It was a hot mess, but by the time I got it, I wasn't even able to use it there, so
I can see lights flashing on your jacket there.
I guess we'll test it here.
I've never had a battery operated jacket.
Me neither. And I bought it when it was like a Black Friday, Cyber Monday, one of those specials.
Yeah.
Because they're expensive, but having no heat really sucks.
Oh, yeah, it does. So the heat pump is on. I can hear it running. However, the heat pump doesn't do very well when it's this cold. When you have a difference of temperature between your outside air temperature and your inside temperature, then if it's more than 20 degrees, the heat pumps become progressively less efficient in heating. They do great at cooling. They don't heat very well. So if we got down below 49 degrees, then the heat pump starts to lose its efficiency. And since we're all the way down to 15, that's a heat differential thereof, and I'm just guessing here. Let's see, 25, 35, 45, 55, 60. That's like 40 degree difference, 50 degree difference. So it's not going to heat very well. It does do a little bit, but not by itself. So we have a couple of options, or actually alternative heat sources. We do run a oil-based heater. Now I won't run this on high 1500 watts because it will draw a little heat from the cord. So I run it on medium. So it's probably pulling about 750 watts, but running it on medium produces enough heat just to help. It's not our only heat source, it's just to help. So that radiates. We just put it in the middle of the, in the middle of the room, give it plenty of air movement around it. You don't want to put this next to anything like over by the coat rack there. That would not be a good place for this. So you want it to be out in the open. Now, this is really the one that kicks butt. This Buddy Heater, Mr. Heater, it's the 30,000 BTU, runs on propane bottled gas. This really heats the whole house by itself. But what I do is use it to augment or to help heat. So we have 3 heat sources running. We still run the heat pump because it circulates the air, so it acts as our HVAC system. So this heater also has a fan on it. You might be able to hear it in the video. I'm not really sure I can hear it. So the fan will push the air out into the room. But better than that, this heat is going to go up. So the heat's going to go up into the ceiling, and then there's a fan up there. I have it on low, blowing down, so that it pushes the warm air down. Now normally in the winter, you flip that fan, reverse it, and have it blow up. But in this case, we want it to blow down because of the dynamics of this roof, and all the heat is wanting to go upstairs. And this is going to push that warm air back down and recirculate it. And so that's how we heat.
Why does it make me cold sitting on this couch then at night?
Because it is pushing air down, but it's not going to be complete warm air like it's coming out of the heater at this distance. I mean, it's pushing down probably 15 feet So by the time it gets down here, it's just pushing room air. But
Lucky me.
you can switch sides. So here's our bottle tank. It's a 40-pound tank. And I don't have really any gauge to know how much is left, except to sometimes you can see the condensation on the bottom, and I can see a little condensation there. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up or not in the sunlight, but it is very light. All you have to do is tip it, and you can feel that it's very light. I can use one finger and move it. So, if I go to lift it, it's very, very light. It's almost empty. We are running out. Tractor Supply is out of propane. They've been out of propane for 2 days. I called them. So we are going to be going into Winchester and getting it from All Gas. I called them. They have plenty of propane. They're open. So we'll be trekking through the snow. So what I'm doing here is I normally will run this thermostat on low 2s. But right now I'm running it on 3 because I'm trying to just pump the rest of this propane out and warm the house up before I turn it off and disconnect it and go on our road trips. Yeah, they're good to have in the car.
Toasty toes.
Yep, always good to have those in the car. You never know when you're going to slide off the road, or you might help somebody, or you get stuck out in the winter weather and you're like, man, my hands are freezing.
Oh, I better bring my emergency blanket then.
Yeah, it's good
I
to
have
have
one
it.
of those too.
In Alaska, they get on the radio when it's like below 40 below, and they're like, you have to be able to hike a mile, is what they say on the radio. So you have to have your blanket, your extra gloves, your extra hat, all in the trunk.
I better get it. Audrey gave me one to carry with me. So
Yeah, they call it
I'm gonna get that.
pack your Arctic winter gear in case there's an emergency. You have to be able to walk a mile to get to someone's house to get help. That's what they do up in Fairbanks, Alaska. So we are going to employ the same preparedness here. The roads will be slick, but with the snow, the snow will help with traction a little bit. The Jeep has mud and snow tires on it. Well, there you go.
Emergency blanket.
There you go. It doesn't do any good to have it here. It needs to be in a vehicle.
Well, I usually carry it in my purse, but I switched purses and didn't switch this.
Yeah. So there you go. This is not a Mazda Miata day. This is a Jeep Wrangler day, and we will be in four-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive will just help distribute the traction. If I stayed in two-wheel drive, I'd probably be fine, but the rear end is very light in that Jeep, and it will fishtail around, especially going up and down hills and in the curves here that we have so prevalent in Tennessee. So you got to take extra precautions. So I'm going to be traveling in four-wheel drive today, taking it easy, going slow. And it is a manual shift, so you need to know how to drive a manual shift, and you need to be pretty good at it. I have been doing it for as long as I can remember. I've always had a manual shift car. Bless you.
I'm allergic to the cold.
It's not even cold yet. In fact, we got it
I
up.
know I had to take my jacket off because it got hot in here.
It's already gone up 2 degrees here. I'm just trying to run this heat out. But this heater does amazing in this cabin. It really does. It heats the space up in like 5 minutes. But I need to go ahead and shut it off so we can disconnect it and get on the road and get some more propane. We need to get enough. It's going to be cold all week, but tonight's going to be the coldest. And we'll have a fresh tank of propane. It'll last about a week if you keep it moderate. Like, we don't crank the heat up here. We keep it usually around 65. It's 70 right now, but I'm trying to run it up a little bit right now. The thermostat back here is set on 65, and it's heating. 65 is, it's back here near the bedroom, and so it's cooler back here because, the heat takes a little while to travel back to these back rooms. But we like it. What are you doing with my wig?
Put it away somewhere, weirdo.
Weirdo?
This is Brett's new year, new you.
Hey,
So
it was
I don't know what's happening here, but I'm putting this thing away.
It was a great prop.
Okay. Well, don't let me catch you running around the house.
No. So we're gonna go ahead and shut this down, and we'll pick this up outside. All right, we are outside now. How's that jacket doing?
Good. I don't even have it turned on right yet.
Oh, good.
I shut it off because you were standing inside for so long I started to sweat.
I know. It was getting warm in there.
Maybe I could wear this to lose some weight.
We're not
Like
used to 70
people
degrees in the house.
Wear those sauna suits.
Yeah. The camera might be a little shaky because I got things in both hands and I'm trying to hold the camera, so bear with me. I'm dragging this propane tank out and we have to trek over to the garage. There is some wind. Not as bad as it certainly could be. I'm glad we didn't lose power. Ooh. Even the car got some snow on it. Well, what I have to do is, the Jeep is inside the garage. So we have to make our way into the garage. Bear with me, I'm trying to get the right key. All right. I'm gonna pull the car out first, and then we have to load up the container and strap it down. So that's what's involved here. Got a little door opener here. Woo! Ooh, the wind slammed the door. All right, that is a 12-foot door, but I'm just opening it enough for the Jeep. Now, when I'm parked in here, this is level ground, so I don't have it, and it's real hard to get in here because it's tight. But the brake's not on, and it's a manual shift, and it's not in gear, so I can just manually pull the vehicle out. I'm just pulling on the bar here. And I just pull it out. At least so we can get in it. She's playing in the snow.
It's snowing.
You making snow people?
Not this time.
You can't say snow. You can't say snowman anymore, can you? It's snow people. Just kidding.
There's man, there's woman. So it's snow man, snow woman.
Snow people. You look really warm.
And if you have two of them, yeah, it's snow people.
Let's take a look at these roads real quick. So this road doesn't get a lot of traffic. And there are some clear spots. It's going to be slick, but it's still better than I thought it was. Looks like the snow is tapering off a little bit. There might be an inch on the ground. I don't think there is, though. I think it's just under an inch. But we're going to go ahead and get loaded up. And we're getting loaded up. And then we'll check you out in a minute. All right, I wanted to show you how I strap the tanks down. I used to bungee it off to one side, but it had too much play. The Jeep does have tie-down hooks in the Jeep, in the back, so I just use a cargo strap. I run it through the collar. And just make sure that the strap doesn't interfere with the valve there. Make sure it's not going to, when it tightens up, it's not going to damage the valve. Come down here and there's a place where you can hook it right into the frame. So that's nice. That's what I like about a Jeep. A Jeep is so versatile. There's so much stuff you can do to it. You couldn't do this on a regular car, strap it down. So then you just tighten this down. It doesn't have to be overly tight. In fact, I need to slide it in a little bit.
Hopefully the line isn't too long today.
See, it's nice and snug, and that way you ain't got to worry about it moving around when you're driving. That's all there is to it. We'll see you on the road. All right, we just pulled out of the driveway. Just want to kind of show you the roads. We are in four-wheel drive. And I can tell the roads are slick, so we're just going to go real easy and slow, especially around these curves and up hills and down hills. But you can see a little bit about what it looks like. And we're headed to Winchester today. So there are a few hills toward Winchester, more so than there is going toward Tullahoma. But yeah, it should be good. It's good to run, if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle and you don't use it that much in four-wheel drive, it's good to run it in four-wheel drive once in a while to keep things lubed up. I wouldn't run it at highway speeds or anything, but that's not what we're going to be doing here. We probably won't be going over 45, probably 35 the whole way. So it'll take a little while to get into town, but that's okay. We're in no hurry. We do have a winch on this Jeep, so if I did have to pull myself out or needed to get pulled out, I do have the capability to do that. And if we run into somebody else that needs help, we'll probably stop and help them too. We are traveling with our headlights on. That's always a good idea. Giving a little gas here to see what kind of traction we have. Seems to be okay. Now, I know these tires aren't the best. They are good for snow. They're snow and mud tires, but they are slick. In the rain, they're slick. But for snow, they're actually better than what I would probably experience in the rain or on wet roads. So this is actually a perfect vehicle for these conditions. You still have to drive, with care and caution. But it's good to know that if you did go off the road, like you're not stuck, you can get yourself out. It's good also to carry a small shovel and maybe a bag of kitty litter. We don't have any of that, but that's a good idea. Hey, the Jeep has mud mats though. If we had to, we could pull a mud mat out and stick it under a tire for traction.
Well, this is the first time we've been out of the house in 2 days.
Yeah, we were expecting these kind of road conditions 2 days ago, and it just didn't happen. And that's good. So this is the first of the big snowstorm that we've really had any
Clear.
thing to really worry about. And there are still over 140,000 homes without power today across the state. Actually, that's just around Nashville.
I am praying for those people because that is horrible.
It's too cold to be without power.
Yes, it is.
My window's starting to fog up a little bit, so I have to flip it over to defrost. Yeah, the roads look good. We're just going to go slow and easy. We'll get there.
Right, I see the propane place. Looks like they have a lot here. So they shouldn't run out. Hopefully their prices are decent, but at this point, I guess it doesn't really matter. You just got to go where you can. All gas. Well, that's an interesting bench.
Yeah, looks like tanks.
All right, well, how about that? No lines, no waiting. This place has got lots of tanks and trucks.
Yep. Guess we got to do a turnaround here. So each of these tanks that you're going to see in your viewer here each one is 30,000
And they got
gallons.
4 of them?
And they got 4 of them.
Wow. They're pretty huge.
But they are higher priced than Tractor Supply. They're about 10 cents per gallon more.
10 cents more?
Usually cost me $28 to fill up. Here it was $31.40.
Well, that's not terrible considering.
No, it's not.
And they actually have it. All the Tractor Supplies are out.
Here's another tidbit of information. They sell those Mr. Heaters inside there, and you know how much they charge for one of those like we have? $417.
Holy moly.
We paid $150 for a used one.
Wow, that's crazy.
$417.
That is crazy.
Ouch. Yeah, that's high. Tractor Supply. Now they're not known to be cheap either, but they sell them for about $325. But they're still $100 cheaper than here.
I guess when you're cold,
Yeah.
you'll pay something if they're the only ones who have it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And I don't mind paying a few cents more, especially when Tractor Supply is out.
And you got to walk right up and
Yeah, there's no waiting. There's no line.
drive right up. So even if you drove up, you could stay in your car and not have to stand out in the cold
That's
like
true.
at Tractor Supply. So there's a few things that are different, and sometimes you got to pay for those
Yep.
things. But that was quick.
Yep. The tank holds 8.5 gallons, and I filled up today with 8.3.
So we were about to run out.
We were almost out.
So thank you, God, for getting us through
Yep.
so we could get out on the road and get some more.
Now we are full. We'll be good for at least another 4 or 5 days, depending on how cold we get.
Well, this week is supposed to be pretty cold. Tonight is the coldest, I believe.
Yeah. But I don't have to worry about running out of gas tonight.
So that is a blessing. And what are we doing now?
We are going to the gym. No, post office first.
Post office first. Got to get those eBay orders out.
Yep.
Got a few of those to send out, which is always good. Sharing on some deals with everybody.
Yep.
And then we get to go to the gym and bust out a workout.
Yep.
Get this weight off.
And then we'll hit a grocery store and head home.
All right, well, we'll check back with everybody later.
The roads look good here in south central Tennessee. That's not the case everywhere. So, how do you think that went? We just finished all our errands and got some propane.
I think it went super good. I was expecting it to be a lot worse out. The roads were good. Still pretty cold out. The wind really stinks, but overall, I think we're blessed. And compared to some other stories and pictures I've seen, I know we're blessed. So, I don't know, it went pretty good. So, it looks like tomorrow should be kind of back to normal-ish.
I think so.
maybe?
Still cold, but if the wind would even stop, it would be nice out.
Yeah, but we definitely have it better here than most. I messaged my son because he's in North Dakota, to check in, and he's like, what's the problem? So I think he was meant to live in the cold area, so I don't know how he managed growing up in Florida, but he's loving in the cold weather.
Wow, that's
So.
good. I wonder if he should have just went all the way to Alaska. If he's going to endure some brutal cold weather, you might as well have no income tax and get a dividend for it.
Well, I don't know.
I think if you live in the cold and you go through all that, you should have some kickback, like a state dividend or something.
Well, he has friends there, so he wouldn't
Yeah.
have any friends in Alaska, so that's the huge difference. But I'm glad
Yeah.
he's happy in the cold. He can enjoy it and send me pictures of himself running around in shorts like he does.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Got the propane all hooked up and happy about that. And here's what the fire looks like. Let me flip you back around here. So, I love this heater. This heater, it raises the temperature in this cabin 2 degrees in like less than 10 minutes. It's like almost instant hot. So I already hooked a bottle up, and then I set it on these little 2x6s just so I don't scuff the floor, because that bottle's pretty heavy when it's when it's full. So when you set it down, you don't want to mess the floor up. So I set them on these little. I got 2x6s sitting down there, or 2x8s, whatever they are. Just so when I set it down, I don't divot the floor. But it's already warm in here. It was 66 when we came in the door. We've been here about 5 minutes, and it's already 68. So it warms up very fast in here with that heater. Now you can look at this temperature. We might go up to 20, 21. It's supposed to be our high. But the wind is gusting a little bit. A high of 16 miles an hour there. Or I think it is miles an hour. I don't know. I don't think it's knots. But anyway, 16 is the highest right now. It's coasting at about 7. And so it makes it feel like 9 degrees. So that's pretty cold for exposed skin. But we wore hats and sometimes wore gloves, and it worked out. Now the propane Tractor Supply in both Winchester and Tullahoma were both out. So we had to go to All Gas, also in Winchester, and it's a propane place. So they had plenty of propane. In fact, they had 4 30,000-gallon tanks. That was crazy, but they are more expensive. They were 10 cents more per gallon. It came out to be, usually I can fill this bottle and it's $28 if it's empty. And I spent $31.40 and it wasn't quite empty. It was 8.3 gallons and it holds 8.5. So I had 0.2 left and it was still $31.40, which is roughly $3.50 more than Tractor Supply. Probably would be $4 if it was completely empty. So a little bit of price difference there going to the propane place, but at least they had it. There was no wait. The people were nice. You could drive right up to the filling station, unload it, hand it to the guy, and it's done. So it was easy. Tractor Supply, sometimes you get a little line over there going into the parking lot. And then you can't park right by the gate either where they dispense the gas. You have to walk it across a lane of traffic. So there's that. But still, all in all, a good day. Most of the roads were completely clear. The secondary roads, like in this neighborhood and all, we started in four-wheel drive, but once we got to the primary road, I took it out of four-wheel drive, and we stayed out of four-wheel drive the rest of the way there and back. So roads are good. They're getting better. We're not expecting any more precipitation. We're just expecting more cold, and I think we're ready for the cold because we got a full bottle, and the cabin's warm now. And we're about to eat some lunch. What do you say? We ready to eat some lunch?
Yeah. Bring the salad on, baby.
I see you've already started.
I'm hard boiling these eggs.
Oh, good, good. Yep. So we got a few eggs. We did have to go to Kroger's since we were in Winchester. They don't have an Aldi's or Publix. But the eggs in Kroger's were okay. The cheapest place to get them though is at the base. But we're not close enough to the base, and we aren't going out there. Now, either Wednesday or Friday, those are also our workout days. We may end up at the base so we can do a commissary run then, and we'll get some more eggs. Last time we were in there, they were out of eggs. So, yeah, a lot of the food is cheaper in the commissary, but if you shop the BOGOs and the coupons and Kroger's, you can do almost as well. So we got what we needed. That'll get us to the middle to the latter part of the week, and we're good to go. Happy to be in Middle Tennessee. We'll check you later.